Episode 7. The texts and emails you never meant to send. This might get awkward.
Yes, it might. Good evening,
Holy
everyone.
crap. Episode 7. I thought
Here we
6 was
are.
the pinnacle. Here we are. Welcome everybody out there in This Might Be Awkward land. We are.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
This isn't just it might. It is going to get awkward.
Always. It always is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It always
so just
is. So
beautiful. Well,
tonight,
go ahead, Doc J.
we got,
Kick us off.
yeah, tonight we got some great topic here. You shouldn't have sent that. Anybody ever send something, email, text that that maybe was not the way you meant to communicate? So yeah, let's start off tonight.
Are you?
What?
Are you saying that emails and texts and stuff like that can be misconstrued? You mean everything you write, you can just automatically read the tone and read all the, the emotion in it and stuff like that, and they should just naturally understand? Does that really happen?
Yeah, I think that is that is false. That is false. I think people, when they read, they imagine this fantasy land of what you're really trying to convey. And that's why it's always good to talk in person, not always through your phone or texting, through email. Pick up the phone and call the person. But yeah, so tonight we're going to dive into that. What do you think? Have you ever had your phone autocorrect something that you were like, crap, I wish I could unsend that right now because that is not what I meant to send?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When it corrects like that, it's a great way to see some of the words that you use very, very frequently. And you realize how much of a degenerate you are sometimes. I know there's times where I've, tried to type in normal stuff and just be typing, hey, Mom, what's up? And all of a sudden using the F word and the, it's this bomb, that bomb. So I know there's that part of it that I absolutely don't love when that, gives the old accountability check to say, hey, you're using some choice words maybe you shouldn't use. I know it happens.
Well,
to me often.
Yeah. Well, autocorrect
anybody out there,
and I
think, go ahead.
No, I think you can turn it off, but we don't because we like it to correct our spelling.
Right.
But yeah, anybody out there?
Anybody out there ever experienced that? Where you're sending text messages that you don't to Jennifer's back. Woo, Jeff's here. Yay! Yeah! I don't know why I went into Kermit the Frog mode there, but that's okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
Make things a little more awkward,
Mm-hmm. Always. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
A couple
like
people joining us, but
if you type something like you're running late, but it has other plans and it says something like, sorry, I'm ruining potatoes. Like that gets really confusing to the people who are waiting on you. Like, well, are you coming or are you making
people just want potatoes? Yeah. I hope you're bringing potatoes now. And then when you show up without potatoes, they're all depressed and dead. And they tell you to go back home.
You have no potatoes.
Frankie. Yeah. Where are the potatoes? You mentioned potatoes. No, that was autocorrect. Sure it was. But also, why is your phone autocorrecting to potatoes?
That's I know, right?
I don't know. Is it the Irish in you? That is just like, she's Irish. We got to mention potatoes all the time.
Well, it's funny because I think it might run in our family because there was a point in time when I was texting with my mom and she was eating something and I was like, what are you eating? And she said, I'm eating suggesting potatoes. And I was like, whoa, what are they suggesting? And it's been an ongoing
They're suggestive potatoes.
So they're suggesting something.
I'm a potato.
You should eat me. Jennifer's asking, what was the ask? She missed it.
Repeat the ask. She missed it. Oh, Jennifer. How could you? The ask was, have you ever text or a message to somebody that you just didn't mean to send? That you wish you could hit that old delete button, that you could recall the text, that you could, say something completely different. Did you ever do that? And what was that text message? Your sources. You don't have to, put yourself out there and put all the information out there, but with a little story behind the text that you sent that you just never meant to send. So throw it in the comments. Let us know if you've ever sent, because I know we all sent those text messages that we meant to send to somebody else. Or have you ever gotten a text from somebody where they sent you the text and you're like, wrong person, and they're like, no, jackass, that was for you, and you're like, oh, I should probably read it again. Sure, it was really for me. I've done that recently. I can tell you that. I got a message. They were sending a message to somebody else, and I was like, I gotcha. You sent it to the wrong person. They're like, no, that's for you, dumbass. I'm like, oh, thank you. Appreciate it. And then I read it over, and I was still a little bit confused as to why it was for me, but I'm like, okay, well, we'll just roll that. Jennifer said yes, and it was a close call, a boss, and no, it was not me. Okay, that's good. Now we know it was about me. For those of you who don't know, Jennifer has worked for me in this lifetime. So she sent a text, a close call about her boss, me, even though she says it's not me, but we all know that's me. So what was that? What was the text about, or what was the message about? Was it about hatred for this boss? Was it about love for this boss? Or, was it professing undying Titanic feelings for that boss? Like, Timothy, hold me. Was it something like that? What was the message? I don't know. I don't know why Timothy's on the boat. I think his name was Jack, but we changed it to Timothy. It's Titanic Part 2.
Yeah.
That's what we said when the back of the boat was falling. Was sinking. So.
That's awkward.
Jennifer doesn't want to share the text. Awkward. That is for like, sure.
No thanks. Okay. Well, thinking about that, what about sending messages to the wrong person? Like you're venting to somebody, like maybe you're venting to your friend about someone, and it's not mean, but it's kind of honest. And you say maybe like, honestly, like being in a meeting with them, it's just exhausting. And you hit send, and then you immediately realize you sent it to the person you were talking about. And now you're staring at your phone and you're like, crap. But instead the 3 little dots appear, so the person read it. Anything ever happened to anyone like that? Not that we're being mean and talking behind people's backs, but sometimes we share things and we share them with the wrong person.
I know I've done that before. I've sent that message off to a group message, forgetting that I had this person in the participation group. Sent a message off about something about this person, about how they hold meetings and how we accomplish nothing and a bunch of other stuff. And then we went into that meeting, and the person actually called, was like, hey, there's a group chat going around. If you remember this, but I'm in part of that participation group. How would you run the meetings if you had to run it differently? And I was like, well, let me tell you. At first, I was quiet. I was like, couldn't get out of it. It wasn't me, because your name is timestamped in there.
Right.
But had that moment about how would you lead? It ended up being me leading them, which was a little bit nothing because I didn't have an agenda, didn't have anything planned. But we made it through, and then we had a nice, good talk afterwards about watching what you say. Needless to say, remove that person from the participation list.
Oh,
Andrew's here. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, we were just talking about the show. Thanks for joining, Andrew.
Yes, heck yeah.
Yeah, I double look at everything I send. I just look like, okay, is this where I really want to send this screenshot to? Because what if I send it to the wrong person? Yeah.
Yep. I remember I worked was actually working at CDW at the time.
Yeah.
Under customer success department, whatever you want to say. I had sent I can't remember what chat feature we used, but I managed to send a message. The message might have said, "Hey, I love you." And probably about 5 minutes later, I got a message back from my team lead. That was a guy on my team. He's like, "Yeah, something." And I was like, "Oh God!" I'm like, just go report myself to HR right now. I will let them know what happened, and I did. I went to HR. I'm like, "Hey, just so you know, I was saying this." They're like, "Yeah, you probably shouldn't." Like, whole different story. But yeah, I had that moment where problem is I didn't even realize it. I sent it out into the world. You know when you have that little sense something's like twinging, and you're like, is something wrong with me, or they do? Yeah. 5 minutes later, hey man, thanks. Fuck no. Well, nah, Jennifer. Different day, different topic for that. But yeah, that was a fun one. Telling somebody I love him still to this day. He'll remind me of it. He'll send me a text, usually about a couple times a year, that says, "Hey, just an FYI, I love you." Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's to be loved,
It's good to be loved, and it's good that they could take it in good humor, and it's good that they still love you while that other person maybe fell off the earth, that you don't love anymore.
Yeah, they're like, "Where's my I love you?" Yeah.
Oh,
Well, the good
now
thing is
Jeff
he
loves
started.
you
He kept that.
too.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. I love you too, buddy. That's so sweet. Oh, love. Yeah, the good thing is he kept on. This gentleman kept on working for me. We had a great relationship. Had a great conversation.
Mm.
It's hard to jump into conversations. Absolutely. So, what are some texts that you've sent, Jennifer, to go along the train there? What are some texts that you've sent that have been taken out of context? What? Tell us a little story. Bedtime story. Talk about your
Oh, I think your dogs want to
out
get
of
in on a
context.
story.
Yeah, I don't know him as yeah, I'll get you some tequila later. It's her. All right, Jennifer, you got to tell us a story here. Taking text out of context too, when people jump into conversations. Tell us a little bit more about that, because that can mean a couple different things.
She's typing. I can hear it.
Yes.
It's really hard. It's hard to follow sometimes with written words, right? You're taught when you're reading how to, imagine things in your head in your own way. And that really takes its toll on us as understanding what people are sending to us.
Yeah, Jennifer says more like when you're trying to be nice and get a point across, and people misunderstand your tone when you're trying to solve a problem or an argument. Yeah, you can't. It's hard to really read tone. I know, iPhones and all these phones have that like feature where you can emphasize what you're saying and stuff, but still, you don't know if that's an
Yeah.
excited,
Mm-hmm.
So, and to that
Well,
point,
good
how many
thing.
in a conversation like that? How many texts do you send before you make a phone call? That's the question I always
That's a
ask
good question.
my team at work is, how many before you make a phone call so things don't get misconstrued. So throw a little bit of that in the chat if you would. How many texts would you send? Actually, when you kind of realize that something's a little awry, somebody's not reading, putting down, right?
Yeah.
I know for me, my number is 2.
Yeah. Good. I really, I prefer verbal too, but we do have emojis, and that LOL. So a lot of times, we try to convey what, that we're in a light-hearted mood and we're not pissed off, Yeah.
Yep.
Jennifer, you're tired of typing paragraphs. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if it's voice text and gets words wrong, we all we all know that. We have got plenty of examples of that that we can read on air. But voice text just takes things out of context and tends to change words, and
Makes
even
people
funnier when
sound
people
like
have
they're
taken
on
it out and
crack.
you can't change it. Maybe a little bit. Is that a personal thing? Are you talking about me?
I don't know. Maybe there was a talk text that was a little goofy.
Yeah, well, that's always kind of the case, right? Always get those little texts that are kind of a little bit goofy and a little bit crazy.
Oh,
Just had a
so
friend
Jennifer
break up
is
or
sharing.
something that could.
Oh,
Oh, nah.
oh gosh.
Now, did you? I think a lot of us have had a situation before where it's, no matter what the type of relationship you're in, but you know, what'd you do? Did you try and call that friend back? Did you say, hey, let's talk? You're taking it out of context, try, and then became a fool. You're never a fool for trying. It makes you human, makes you a good human being. And if it's not reciprocated on the other side, the person will eventually realize what they're missing. Realize that they were a royal shithead to you. Done with your therapy. Oh, no, therapy's not over. We're still on the couch here. We still have 43
Oh, that was a little
minutes.
awkward. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys have kind of touched a little bit with, work emails and such, but does anybody draft emails like you're going to send it later, but you're still working on it? And maybe it's to like a big group, and maybe it's, to more than one person. Maybe it's to clients or staff. And you're leaving notes for yourself of what you have to add in for later. Like maybe you have to add in statistics, or you want to rewrite something, or you want something to sound more intelligent. But somehow you send it without realizing, and then now your boss is like reading an email that literally says, put something intelligent in here. Anyone ever have that? Like sending out the rough draft?
I've presented the rough draft before, or the
Oh,
partially finished presentation. Yeah, where it says,
oh
to your
no.
point, usually in presentations, I'll highlight yellow what I need to update. Still, so that I know as I'm paging through and going through my presentation,
Yeah.
that I'm like, this is where I need it. Yeah, I've gotten to that slide. I've gotten to that slide where there's nothing on the slide but a yellow. Things are highlighted in yellow, and it says add stats here or add graph here. And then it's, well, what were you going to add there? It's like, oh, that's great, but I didn't run that report. I don't have that in here.
Yeah.
So that's also
That can be awkward.
to make things a shared doc before that. Well, it's also where I've learned not to share a document with folks before you present it. Unless you're collaborating with someone, because people can easily change words. And then you go and present, and you're like, okay, like it feels like an episode of Impractical Jokers, where like I know I didn't write that, but now I have to try and explain that. So this is a lot of fun.
But in your
And
style,
Jennifer,
do you
you
just
are
turn to them and be like,
allowed
I
to-
love you?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, diversion. Trick over here, look, poof, smoke and mirrors. No, I'll usually own it in a situation like that. I could take the road of like, well, let me tell you, I shared the document, somebody else put this. Then you get the sure you did. So I'd rather just own it.
Right.
That's when I typically will do the I'm a moron. I don't know here, but yeah, I put that in there. I should say caca poo poo pee pee shire. Yeah. So, but I usually own it. You know me. I'll own up to the ridiculous just because I think it's funny. It also takes the power away from the person that thought they were going to get you. Right?
Yeah.
And Jennifer,
true.
can you share people's comments? I cannot see them. Let me see, Jeff. Let me see if I can share those comments.
Yep. We got it.
No. It was giving us some chat. Well, those are comments from Restream. So that's not the right thing. Let me see.
No, I can see them.
Can you? You see them on the screen?
Yeah, I can see everybody's.
Okay.
Yep.
Jennifer, can
They're
you see them as
covering
well?
my face.
Oh, no. No. Don't cover the face. Let's see. I will try and fix
There
that.
we go. I'm back.
Look at that. Woohoo. Only took us episodes. Yes. That's called winning right there. There you go. Now you can see the comments.
We are winning.
Now you can see all of them. And to your point, Jennifer, we are allowed to talk about anything on this podcast, anything on this show. It's not for certain things. So if there's stuff you got to air out, feel free to air it out because might and will get awkward. Happy
Yes,
Thursday.
it will.
I thought you put Happy Thanksgiving, Mom. I don't know why. I read the comment really quick, and I'm like, Thanksgiving, Mom. I'm like, okay. Apparently, Doc J has to go to the hospital now because she's seeing Thanksgiving. Unless your mom's
I ate the suggesting potatoes.
Well, or your mom's turkey. And to that note, okay.
Yeah.
Turkey, in case anybody's wondering.
Yes.
Let's get back to it, though. Has anybody... Yeah. Watch it. All right. You're not a turkey.
Uh-oh. Now she's threatening.
You're sweet potatoes. You're not mad. You're not the turkey. Okay.
But she ate the suggesting potatoes.
Yeah, they're... I like potatoes. So, Dr. that you had something or you were doing something.
I'm wondering.
I try to read your mind, but it's 8:20 at night.
No. So I was wondering, on that note of presentations and emails and texts, there's been times where in my life, I've maybe forgotten a letter or two in a word. And it comes down to can I buy a vowel? So sometimes, one missing letter can destroy an entire message that you're trying to send. One of them that I didn't do personally, but I've seen somebody do is you mean to write hello parents or whatever, but you miss the O, and what actually gets sent in the email is hell parents. And I mean, depending on what the week is, it might feel accurate or yeah, but now you have like an entire email that goes out to a group that says hell parents, as if that's like your nickname for them. But the other thing is when I was in junior high, one of my friends, she wrote an entire report, and it was supposed to be about the Republic of Congo, maybe? I don't know. And she forgot the L. So the entire report was about pubic. So that was very uncomfortable, especially when the teacher, well, she forgot the L. And the teacher like called her out on it in front of everybody. So yeah, I think we always have to watch like what letters are missing
pubic
that we've typed. Yeah, the United Republic of Congo or something. But now we have screenshots, so that can get really really crazy. Anybody have anything like that ever happen to them? Anybody want to buy a vowel?
Get the letter. Text most of the time, or type it out. It's in person, and I send it to decode the message. Okay, I like that.
Wow.
I've never really had that challenge,
Dr.
Jay. What I she's crazy. Crazy Joan. Yeah, I've never had the situation. I know I've forgotten letters before. I know I've done the hell one before, or when you say like hello, hell, or those little things, or you forget an E here and there. Roommate's papers that he left his computer open when he just kind of passed out, and we did a little finder search for different words, and took all the thes out of his out of one of his papers. So that fun conversation. But I've never. I'm sure I've forgotten letters, but yeah, that was always good, especially when you live in the same off-campus house and you have to see that person every day. I think it went about a month before he talked to any of us. The good news is it was a group effort, so it wasn't just one person that did it. So we were all equal blame, which is fun. And then that's how you learn how to lock your computer, though. It's been a day of AI. Just like that.
Oh,
I'm always
yeah.
doing 10
Oh,
things,
yeah.
most of my friends. Yep, voice texting, driving, I sound a letter. I give a disclaimer that that's true. The best is I never meant ducking. Well, sometimes you just got to duck. And sometimes you doodle. Sometimes you get away. So.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Yes.
I don't know either.
Times. I remember, so back in the day, before things got complex and you had ways
That's
to check and see people's
awkward.
work and would modify your things. I used to love sending emails back saying,
Yeah.
I can't believe you wrote that. And I'd change their text. So they'd write something like, hey, can you do me a favor and check this out? And I'd write, hey, can you do me a favor and check my ass out? And they'd be like, I can't believe you wrote. Did you see what you wrote? And they'd look below. They're like, I didn't write that. How did I write that? That must be autocorrect. Finally, they caught on to the fact that I would just change their stuff and send it back to them. Now everything tracks your changes, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
You can't get away with that stuff. But I used to love sending those messages, especially when you write like a paragraph. They're like, I don't remember writing that. You didn't. That was me. Good night. Oh, Kelly Joan. We got to get you a later bedtime.
Yeah,
Later
it's
bedtime.
time for Kelly Jones' lullaby.
Go to
Good
sleep.
night, sleep well. Bye-bye. We'll miss you.
Bye-bye. Get out.
Go dream about vowels.
I have a feeling we should make these podcasts a little bit earlier. Seems like people are starting to go to bed earlier these days. I don't know if it's daylight savings time coming or what the heck's going on, but people are just You're missing the gold. I love my
Wait,
songs.
you should be sleeping,
well,
Kelly. Why do you?
Yeah. Don't listen to our songs. They're not for you. It's just dark out.
It's just dark out.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
what
Kelly.
happens at Kelly Joan. Called night. We're glad we can introduce you to him. Yeah.
Yeah,
how about,
so maybe we could start earlier, as you just asked people.
we could think about that.
Should we start?
We can think
start
about
earlier. What did people think?
1 a.m. No.
That would be crazy.
That would be very awkward. Yeah, I've messages. You mentioned something before, Dr. J. You mentioned writing out your messages before you send them. Do you write out every message in a draft before you send it, or is it just have more emotion in it? The one where it's just, you're just senior. Oh boy, Jennifer and Kelly Joan are going to have a date again. But the emails, the messages that you write, the text messages that you check over, are they just angry ones, or the ones that have tons of emotion in it, or is it everything that you send?
I think it's when it's going to like a group or it's like important information and I don't want to miss something. So I'm checking to make sure that those are accurate. Yeah, a lot of times the majority of my texts are just the stream of thought coming out of my head. And those close to me are fortunate enough to receive those. But yeah, like I think if it's like groups and directions for sure.
I like that.
Why is your head exploding?
Because I'm mind blown. Fortunate to get those text messages, just a random stream of thought. Yeah. I tend to write out my emotional emails. Like when I started with my new teams and fans like that, I've had them send me their messages they're going to send just to make sure that I'm on the right path. And, there's times I have to correct because we don't always talk to people in the best way. But anything with emotion, I've usually written out first. I've learned my lesson with sending those messages to where you're like, yes, I did not mean to send that. That was supposed to be a draft, and now it's that pissed off message. And if you're ever in the movie The Intern, where they have to go find the moms the message they sent to them and all that kind of stuff. Yes, that's been me before. I've had to try and get with IT to see if they can unsend a message.
Oh boy.
I have to reach if it's emotional, passionate. Okay. If I care and I want to get my point across. To your point though, Jennifer, make a phone call, right? It's hard to convey that. But yes, I don't find myself rewriting texts often. Emails, yes. I don't know. Other things that I write, I'll find myself rewriting it and stuff if there's passion to it. But text messages, I'm trying to get back. It's not one of those things I oftentimes will try and resend, because at the time if it comes out wrong, it makes me chuckle. So I'm like, just send it back anyway, because then people just start texting you back and they're like, is something wrong with you? Are you okay? And laughing. So I've just learned to own it. When I was younger, more apt to be like, oh shoot, I can't believe I sent that. Oh, I got to make sure it's perfect. Now I'm just like, the more messed up it sounds, the better. Then you just get back to, you okay? You okay, bro? People are dumb and can't talk.
Wow.
I don't know if those two correlate, but yeah, I think people just try and, I don't know, is it that people can't talk anymore, or is it avoidance? Is that why they write so many things out and they have to rewrite their messages a million times? Are they just avoiding that conversation?
Well, yeah, if I can jump in there, Coach C, I do think people avoid talking with one another because people are afraid of, well, what is someone going to say about me, or what are they going to think if I say this? I mean, look at us doing this podcast. We could be just writing it all out, like
Right.
somewhere, but
True.
people wouldn't hear all the laughs and the giggles and our like all the things that are happening. And maybe if people spent more time just saying hello to one another, they wouldn't seem so dumb to Jennifer.
Yeah, communication, right?
Communication
is key.
Well,
but yeah, my rule on writing
don't-
is, so I always tell folks is, if they call, if you're gonna write back and forth more than twice and you're still going to the same conversation, make a phone. Whether it's at work or it's personal, just make a phone call. You can get you can squash the issue faster. You can get your point across. People can understand. I mean, for me at work, I see it all the time where there's literally 19 messages going back and forth. Now there's 16 people included on the thread. And I'm just like, would you please just make a phone call?
Yeah.
Because one, I don't want to be copied on this crap anymore. Two, you can clear it up in one quick phone. And people will appreciate it.
Ugh. Yeah, the reply alls. Ugh.
You know, especially if you don't really love to read. How many people I can get involved, right?
Right. And everybody has to give their idea in writing, but then nobody wants to own it. Nobody wants to make a decision. And it's like, just everybody talk to one another, for sure.
Yep. It's the common question I ask is, did you call them?
Yeah.
You're going to hit reply again. It's just okay, but like, hey, make a phone call. That's why you have a phone on your desk. Oh, but I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want either. But sometimes you got to do things that are right.
I thought it was just the aesthetic of having a phone on a table. It was just aesthetic.
Well, phones are really just for scrolling, right? Really just for scrolling, watching TikTok and YouTube videos and all that kind of crap. It's not really for communicating. That's not why phones were invented. Alexander Bell, what were you thinking? What about in relationships?
Oh, yeah.
Have you sent messages you shouldn't send? Have you ever been caught sending messages that you shouldn't send? And if anybody says no, that's major bullshit. We've all sent those messages where you sent it and you're like, oh crap, sent that to the wrong person. Or, oh, you left your phone out and somebody found your phone and they saw the messages. You ever had a situation like that where maybe communication wasn't your friend that day? Or you're doing something that you weren't supposed to? and this is a safe space, you don't have to name names. Have you had that situation where you've been sending messages to a person you probably shouldn't, but you got caught?
It's a good
All of a
question.
sudden, it feels like an episode of Cheaters here.
I know. We're like, we got the cameras outside your house.
Right? Yeah. Now. Hello, can we come in? This is Doc J and Coach C from Cheaters. Yeah, back in younger days when I used to think it was more so okay to date, potentially date more than one person, go out with more than one person at a time. You'd send that message of, "Hey, can't wait to see you tonight," and then you get the message back that was like, "Oh, I don't know, we don't have plans tonight, dude."
Oops.
Got to make plans with you, got to cancel plans with somebody else, and now you're, it all just started unraveling. Have you ever been in a situation like that where you sent a message to somebody you didn't mean to? Maybe you were talking or just flirting with a couple people at a time, sent the wrong flirty message to a coworker you didn't mean to. Anybody have that? Doc J, have you ever had a situation where you sent a message to somebody you didn't mean to?
No.
No.
I really haven't.
Yeah,
Everything
me
I
either.
communicated
I was
what I
kidding
mean. No, I really
100%.
haven't.
That's
Yeah,
good. That's really
100%. I mean what I mean when I send
That-
any communication. But what about like if you send it not to like another person, but like somebody like a family, like a group text of family, like you're texting someone you're interested in, just like a little flirty, maybe like, "Hey, what are you doing later?" But like then your phone buzzes, and that's when you realize, "Oh crap, I sent it to the group chat called family." And then now your mom, your aunt, your cousin, like they all know, like your romantic gestures, and then your aunt's like, "Who is Hey You?" Like, did someone get
you're
added
forever
to the family
Sweet Cheeks.
text?
Right?
Yes.
And all of a sudden
yes.
you're known as Cheeks for the rest of your
And now,
life. Who is Sweet Cheeks? Oh, well, just my friend.
who is Sweet
She's
Cheeks?
got really cheeks. Yeah.
Really cute.
Yeah, that's always fun when you send those, what I like to call those moite texts that you send, where you're like, "Oh man, I can't wait to see
Oh,
you
yeah.
later. It's going to be so much fun," and blah, blah, blah. And then you get that text back that says, "Are you okay, son?" Yep, I'm just fine. I was just trying on a line. What do you think about work on you? Is that how Dad got you?
And do you
Maybe.
ever emotionally recover from that?
And you probably don't look that person in the eye very
Right?
often. They just send you text messages on occasion to be like, hey, hot stuff. Pick up line.
For sure.
I don't know. I find even though I'm a strong believer in communication, sometimes there's I guess there's some some grace and some plasticism in sending, not exposing the whole thing. Maybe test it out to see, making sure you got the right person. Somebody writes back and it comes back, "Mom," or Aunt Joan or something like that. It's like, "Oh, hey, I was just saying hi. How's everybody doing?"
Right?
Scroll your phone
Oh my
to try and
gosh.
find that right person you meant to send that to, right?
And they're already like, I already got a screenshot of what you sent to so-and-so.
Now I send it to the entire family. You are the black sheep of the family now, and don't ever come to company or to family parties again. Or they blackmail you for the rest of your life. Bring $500 in bills to the next family gathering, or else. Could happen.
For sure. It could happen.
You never know. It's never happened to me.
Per se.
Per se, but yeah. Per se.
It's always possible.
Per se.
It's That's our word of the day, per se.
Per
Now,
se.
don't miss
Per
any
se.
vowels or anything in that word. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Duck.
Sorry, not really.
Duck. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. I don't know. People are kind of quiet, and I see people are on.
We're very quiet tonight. Yeah, I don't know if
Very
everybody's tired tonight because it's day night and people are just crashing out or whatever the case. Maybe they're writing about our next, the next little segue here that I've got for us, which is what I call the novel approach.
Okay.
The novel approach. Are you a person that writes? You abbreviate a bunch of stuff? Do you use acronyms and IDA and yo or THX for thanks and like all those kind of things? Or are you the type of person that writes a Stephen King type novel when you text? Jennifer, text from the wrong number, or you get text from ladders? Oh, there we go. Okay. I was nervous that you were getting text from ladder. Visited Home Depot too recently, and all of a sudden that whole section is just like, hey man, let's text Jennifer. hey, what's up?
Pay attention
Jennifer,
to your vowels.
those wrong. Those text from a wrong number is a scam. In case you don't know, if you ever get one of those texts that's like, hey, how are you? How have you been? Oh, I'm sorry, this isn't Jennifer's phone. That's somebody that's trying to steal your information. If you get those messages, they're trying to goad you into conversations. They trace your phone, trace IP addresses, trace where you're at to steal your information. So if you ever get those and you don't recognize the number, do not reply. Security. And I've got a buddy that's actually a private eye in the cybersecurity arena. Don't reply to those messages. Same as emails. They're just fishing you on information.
So the prince from
No, he was calling you for, yeah. He definitely wants to whisk you away to, to Peru. So that one you should respond
I thought he was leaving me billions because he needed to give away his inheritance. Darn it. That wasn't real?
Yeah. Well, it might be. You never know. I guess you just have to wait 1 billion years to find out. Because I think he sent it at pennies, one for each year.
Oh.
But yeah, those and yes, Jennifer, I know you were just asking. And I know we're talking about the weird ones, just giving you a little advice. What a free dinner. Oh, good luck on that one. I have had something. I get a lot of junk when we're speaking about communication and stuff. I know it's a little bit off the rails here, but anybody get a lot of spam calls now with all the blockers and stuff on there where it's just scam call, spam call. Mm-hmm. I get a ton.
I do.
Absolutely. The kids always comment. They're like, how do you get so many junk phone calls? I'm like, I have no idea. I must have left at one point in time, and then I got subscribed to the hell, the health thread where I'm just doomed to get spam calls. I will tell you something I did with a spam call lately. This is my new thing, and I won't do it to anybody here that calls me, but I had somebody that called me and kept calling, even though I'd hang every time. So the gentleman called me. The number came through. Didn't say spam call, but I didn't number either. So I pick up and I go, hello. Can you tell me who you'd like to speak to? And he's like, hello, is Nick there? I'm like, hello, please tell me the name of the person you'd like to speak to. And he's like, Nick Colosi. I'm like, hello, I cannot understand you. Please, what did I say? Please press 1 for Nick. Press 2 for Frankie. And he pressed 1. I hung up. I've gotten about 4 people on that so far. So if you spam call me, I'm going to answer. I'm going to fuck with you. And it's something I used to do when I was in college. So yes, I am just as into my 20s. But yeah, that's my newest thing is if I get a spam call, I will answer it. I will play the movie phone guy. Hello. Why don't you tell me the name of the movie you'd like to see? and I can do it very well to where
Yeah.
I've got people pressing 1. So, but those are annoying, as well as those text messages, Jennifer, all the time. Funny because it's always like, oh, I'm sorry, this isn't Jennifer's phone. Nope, pretty sure you do that. I don't know though if you can report those numbers though, Jennifer. That's something maybe you can look at. Is can you report those numbers? I know you can get them blocked, but can you report them anywhere to have them investigated? Because it's 100%. Ha ha. No, Jennifer, I want you to look it up. Not a ha ha. Put scrolling to use.
What about
All freaking day. Yes.
going back to things we don't mean to send? What about when we accidentally maybe invite people to things that we didn't really want them to be at? Like you're having an event, like a dinner, a birthday, a barbecue, whatever. And you're building the invite list, but somehow, okay. Somehow someone gets invited that was not supposed to be invited, and they show up and they're like, thanks for inviting me. And you're like, what happened here? Why are they here? Is it a social glitch in the matrix? Like, what happens? Why are they there? Why are they eating my potato salad?
Here. Yes. You invited me. No, I didn't. Yeah.
Like, is that a party crasher, or did they get invited for real? Yeah.
Well, I guess if it's a party and you invited somebody you didn't really want to attend, how do you make do with that? Because you don't want to naturally cause a scene and say, "What are you doing here? Get out!" You don't want to call the police, right? You don't want to handcuff them, and it's like witch trials or anything like that.
Oh my god!
So, well, because I've invited people that I was like, "How did you get the invite?" "Oh, I got it from so and so." Now I hate so and so, but you have to make do because you can't kick that person out, right? So how do you make do? How have you gotten through a situation like that? Doc J, have you had a situation like that where you party or you were at a party and somebody showed up and you're like, oh, either I ripped off the roof.
I have,
Okay.
and
I'm
pretty like definitive. I find a reason to kick them out. So, yeah, just find a reason. One time somebody ran across the freshly tarred driveway and then ran up a wooden staircase.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay, you weren't even invited here, but now you're gone. Bye. Like, you're kicked out. I guess I'm kind of mean.
You were banned for life.
You're banned.
No,
yeah, they were banned for life after that.
Yeah, if they're that stupid,
it's time for you to leave, right?
Yeah. Look what you did to my stairs. I think though that warrants kicking them out. You ruined my stairs.
Right. But that's why I
might have to redo my stairs now because you.
Right.
That warrants it.
Like, that's why they weren't on the list to begin with, because they're, inconsiderate buttheads. But yeah, or like if they're not nice to other guests. Fire. If they're not nice to other guests, then like if they are throwing other guests into the pool or fully clothed, then like out, you're gone. You weren't even invited. Like, get out of here. Yeah, I guess I have really fun parties.
Or a lot of people that attend that aren't supposed to be there.
Yes. Well,
you gotta be a little tighter on your invites, Riff raff. See, for me, when I've had parties and there's people there that don't belong, right? Well, for me, if I've had parties where people are there that don't belong or that are never invited, I will just try and stay away from them. I will let them speak. Good to see you, and I will just try and stay the heck away from them as much as I can all night. And oftentimes it works to where I'm looking around going, "Hey, have you seen so and so?" Yeah, they left about an hour ago. Oh, thank God. I can stop avoiding you. I haven't had too many riffraff like at your parties there, Dak J. Jennifer calls all the problems. Well, hey, sometimes you just got to kick Jennifer out of the party. It's crazy,
Yeah. Well,
She's got the
she'd get
feed.
kicked out if she started singing. She'd get kicked out of my party. Don't sing.
Nah. I had a buddy who actually at his wedding, good buddy of mine, long time back, who actually had somebody that we were friends with for a short period of time at work attend their wedding. And
Okay.
I think it was at a time where his fiance had actually sent out the invitation. Had a list of names and stuff like that. Had a list of people crossed out, and that were, you got the year of your yes, please come. You have your maybe if there's, if we need somebody to wash dishes. And then you have your other people just hell no. Now, if the earth was on fire, I wouldn't want to see you. This wedding had somebody walk in that we had worked with, super obnoxious person. And he immediately was like, how the hell did that person get here? Find out.
Oh boy.
Mistakenly invited. Wasn't it really necessarily accounted for? Had to get an extra meal for this person because they weren't truthfully supposed to be on the list. Yeah, last minute addition. Weren't supposed to be on the list.
Oh man.
Had to get a meal for this person. Find a table to sit them with. The misfits at table 9. So, yeah. And then this person proceeded to just monopolize the dance floor, try to dance with the bride. Like, it was an extremely awkward night.
That sounds awkward.
So, yeah, I can't like that wrong. Sometimes it happens, I guess.
Yeah, it does. But you shouldn't have to share your potato salad with them.
Your suggestive potatoes.
Yes.
These are my
We're
suggestive
just talking
potatoes.
These are mine.
I know, right? Hey, you're looking good tonight. Come here, potatoes. You're my potatoes. I guess that's what they mean when they say. I know.
There's a whole song about potatoes. It goes potato, 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 potato.
Probably won a Grammy, didn't it?
I know. Probably not.
Well, it's that whole communication part, You got to communicate about potatoes 99 times. Now I want potatoes and fries. I want all the potatoes.
Oh yeah, cheese fries. All the potatoes.
Oh,
and cheese and cheese.
Let's see. Anybody else that you want to throw out there? Anything we haven't talked about? We've got other topics and things we can talk about, but I know we're running down on time here. But is there anything communication-wise, text-wise, emails-wise that you've sent that never met, that you wish you would have sent? Throw it in the chat. Tell us some things about texts you wish you would have sent, or maybe emails you wish you would have sent. If there was no consequences, if there was no I get fired at work, no relationship would end, no whatever the case may be. What's an email?
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
I just thought of it in this brain of mine. It came to me.
It's impressive.
Tell you, there's some choice things I want to say to certain people, that you just say, especially when people want, when you get those emails from people, maybe it's coworkers or else, they're like, hey, did you like that? Oh, what'd you think about dinner? Or, hey, what'd you think about that phone call? Or, hey, what'd you think about that? You just want to write back.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
That's severe. Just kidding. Yeah. Well, hey, this get awkward, so might as well throw it in there. But we've all had those times where you just want to send something back and go, you want to be all right? That was bloody awful.
Ooh, yeah.
I would go home and cook a frozen pizza and put yourself in the oven.
Wow.
We've all had those moments, I think, where you just want to be Simon Cowell. You want to give that direct feedback, I know I have.
For sure. I think that's a great a great topic to expand upon at some point is that feedback and constructive criticism. How do
Yeah,
we
to-
how do we react? Uh-huh.
Yeah, like to Jennifer's point earlier on, work. Jennifer, again, you're talking about
Jennifer.
me. I'm right here.
It's
Is
okay.
there
You
such
can
thing
you can tell them off.
as telling? Yeah, somebody off. Is there telling somebody on? And what does that look like? Man, I'm going to tell you on. Okay, on a potato sack. I'm going to tell you on a potato sack. That's what it is. Yeah, I think that is a topic for feedback, work. Jennifer, I know you mentioned it earlier, talking about the work aspect of things. Maybe that'll be one of our next topics here. We'll keep you guessing about next. But I think we can talk about work because I know we've all, that can probably branch into a whole season of podcasts, is the whole aspect of it. What gains out of it? I say it to your face. Well, that's kind of hard because I can't see you, but that's okay.
Oh.
To your face off.
Okay.
We're talking. Now she wants my face off. Oh, geez. Nick was
Only
a great boss twice. Aw. Yeah, the third time jackass. Well, thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. But this isn't, this isn't the boss cat. This might get awkward podcast, but I appreciate the kind words. In any event, I think Doc J, we're kind of running out of time. Right?
We are running out of time. Mm-hmm.
Want to say to our fantastic crowd here?
Yeah, I'd love
as we
to.
outro.
As we outro. You know,
Yes.
we learned something important.
The outro.
We learned something important tonight. Technology is amazing, and until it can betray you, and so you got to use it with caution, right? One wrong tap and
True.
your dad knows
That's
way
awkward.
more about your dating life than they ever needed to. There's no pulling back from awkward texts that get sent. We also learned that Nick is a great boss, but only twice. So remember, read your messages before you send them. Pick up the phone and just talk it out. And whatever
Make
you
a
do,
phone call, would you?
start telling people on instead of off. And we'll see you next week on This Might Get Awkward.
This might get awkward.
Doesn't come with a script, and that's what makes it interesting. Real life, real laughs, real awkward. This might get awkward, real awkward.
Good night, everybody. Good night. Sleep tight. See you next week.
Goodbye.